How's everybody doing? Are we doing good? Good morning. This was supposed to be live last night. However, I made the mistake of laying down for a couple minutes and I fell asleep. I guess I was more tired than what I thought I was. So we're gonna do a quick episode here this morning. We're gonna be here live on Twitch as usual. But I will post the video up on YouTube later today. And I think that's how I'm going to do it. Go live on Twitch, since I've been streaming on Twitch for quite a while now. And then we're going to start doing some YouTube stuff, as well as some other content. The content's going to be a little bit different this year. Hopefully more content this year. Really have some kind of ideas or plans that I want to put together, but that's for a later time. Let's get the Untitled Car Show started here. We have a few things to talk about. Some big news. That also kind of is sad news that I thought I would start out with the passing of Ken Block. He died in a snowmobile accident on January 2nd. It's been a bit of a rough week, social media wise. Seeing all the posts and everything, and they're awesome posts. And it's crazy to think of how many people, he's reached millions of people. The views on YouTube are, in the millions on the Gymkhana series. And you have the Unicorn versus the World and his rallying videos and stuff like that. And that's one big thing that he did do was he really brought attention to rallying here in the States. I don't think the ARA, he almost won the championship last year. And it's just, I don't know if the ARA would have had the exposure that it would have without him. Travis Pastrana is another guy who, he also does rallying here and there. He does have his own rallycross, series, the Nitro Rallycross series. I talked about a bunch on this on the show. For me, Ken Block was a hero of mine. Not only, some people may not know, but he's also a co-founder of DC Shoes. So I obviously skate. I have a skateboard behind me here. So I kind of knew him from like the skateboarding aspect. I'm more into cars and racing and stuff. I love skateboarding. I really, really do. But I did mainly know him from, kind of knew him from like the DC shoe stuff. The action sports things and whatnot. But more so from, the car and racing aspect. I mean, him and the Hoonigans came up with some crazy ass cars. I mean, you have the Pikes Peak Porsche they built, the Hoonicorn, the his Escort Cosworth. I mean, he had an RS 200. And this is all while he was with Ford. The Audi stuff kind of was like a newer thing. He did drive a Hyundai R2 car in the ARA series. But the Audi thing was a newer thing. So they didn't really have, they built the e-tron for the Gymkhana video. And then, he obviously had an old Quattro from the Group B era. But yeah, Ken was the hero to not only me, but, millions of people. And to lose somebody like that, and I feel really bad for his family and his friends and, the people that were close to him. I've seen pages that aren't even racing or car related, posting about his death, because he was I never really got to meet him, but he seemed like a really awesome guy. Nobody, everybody says basically the same stuff, that he was very family first, really cared about his family and whatnot. But it's a huge blow for a lot of people, and it's a huge blow for rallying, especially here in the United States, where rallying isn't that big. He brought a ton of attention to it. A lot of the people who watch rallying now might even have started watching rallying because of Ken Block. He loved rallying, and one stat that I did look up, because he did, I believe it was 25 WRC events, and he was able to score some points in the WRC, and he's one of only 4 Americans, people from the United States, that scored points in the WRC, the World Rally Championship. This is on the world stage, and he's one of only 4 people to do it. That's a very small number. WRC has been around for a long, long time, and to only have 4 people from the United States score points on a WRC rally is pretty astonishing. So that kind of goes to show how much, rally fans in the United States needed a guy like Ken Block, who brought attention to it and was able to run with the big guys in the WRC. And people might be able to argue, well, he didn't really do that great. He didn't win. He didn't podium and this and that, which a lot of people don't really understand, that when you when you go up against guys in Rallycross, in the World Championship and the World Rally Championship and stuff like that, most of these guys have been doing it since they were kids, since they were young. I mean, look at Kalle Rovanperä, youngest world champion. You have Oliver Solberg, who was in a Rally 1 car this past season. You got all these young guys who are in their early 20s. They've been rallying and racing practically their whole life. And Ken didn't start doing it until he was in his, I think, like maybe late 30s, early 40s, like somewhere around there. I'm not sure the exact age, but I know he was older. So for him to quickly pick up all this stuff and be able to do all this crazy stuff at the level that he did that quickly. I mean, it's just freaking astonishing. And it's awesome. And I think a lot of people don't think about that. They don't realize that. So they just run fucking diarrhea out of their mouth. I saw it during a live stream of I believe a rallycross event I was watching on YouTube. People just talking shit, and they're like, I don't know why Ken Block's so big and this and that. It's like, look at what he's done. And even people in the chat were like, look at what he's done in such a short period of time against people who have been racing their whole lives. And dude, it's right. It takes a lot of skill, a lot of fucking talent to do this. I've never done it. I've never had the opportunity to do it. I love it. I would love to do it. But it does. It does takes a lot. And I mean, for somebody to be at the level that he was at in a short span of time, it's amazing. I mean, imagine what he could have done really to had he started, when he started DC, if he started the whole racing thing and whatnot. I mean, he could have. I mean, hell, he probably could have won a world champion in the WRC. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just, I don't know. It was a hard week, and I know a lot of people. Like I said, I've seen a lot of TikTok videos, a lot of Instagram videos. I mean, there's companies posting that weren't even car related. There's people that I follow that he personally, helped at some point in their life or was associated with that aren't even in the car community or racing or skateboarding or anything like that. So his outreach was huge, and I don't want to. I'm not going to spend the whole show on it because it's honestly super depressing. I was super sad. I was shocked to see the post on Monday. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Ken Block was one of my heroes. He's going to be greatly missed, not just by me, but millions of others, especially his close friends and his family. He does leave behind, I believe, 3 children and a wife. His wife and daughter, however, they do rallying. They are pretty good. His daughter obviously did like the second season of Unicorn versus the World. So I mean, she'll hasn't been guaranteed, but I mean, if anybody's gonna carry it on, it's gonna be her. She does pretty well in rallying. But yeah, I mean, it's super sad. It was very shocking to see that. It's a huge blow, for rallying and whatnot. If anybody wants to check it out, Dirtfish, they're like a rallying company in the States here. They do like a rally school. They have a podcast called The Spin. If anybody wants to check it out, you can find it on like Spotify and stuff. Just search, I believe, The Spin, and you'll see the Dirtfish logo. It's like black and orange. They did a whole episode on the passing of Ken Block just a couple days ago, and it is very good. Some of the stories that they tell and everything. If you're gonna listen to it, I kind of don't want to give it away. So, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. I wanted to make posts about it. I did one on Instagram. I didn't make a TikTok or anything. It's just kind of hard. It's just kind of hard to kind of like think about it, and like really put into words, because he, like I said, he was a huge inspiration. He was one of my personal heroes. Um, so yeah, super sad that it happened. Did kind of want to start off with that and kind of go a little bit more, kind of not finish on a sad note, but get into some other, I guess, non sad stuff. We'll finish up the episode with. That was the big one. That was to me, the biggest bit of news. Really. But we do have, I was going to do WRC driver lineup stuff, but I'm not going to do that. Gus Greensmith just announced a day or two ago he's going to be in a Rally 2 Skoda for, and I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong because it is I don't know where the team is based out of. Tok Sport. It's TOK. It's probably like Tok Sport or Tok or some, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. He's going to be in their car. They did drop what the livery is going to look like. It's like green and white, which seems to be a pretty common Skoda car, Skoda rally car livery type design. Yeah, I mean, good for him. I'm glad he found a ride. I think he does have a bit of work to do before he comes back to Rally 1. The last few years with M Sport, he just hasn't been all that great, in my opinion. I've never driven a rally car, obviously, as I've already stated, so I feel like you can't really talk a lot of shit if you haven't done it. But I mean, just from a viewer point of view, it didn't really seem like he was performing very well. Pierre-Louis Loubet, like I said, he's in the second car at M Sport this year for a full season. His first full season, he was doing pretty well in the rallies that he was in. So I mean, good for Greensmith. Hopefully, I wish him, obviously I wish him success. He should do pretty well. It seems like the Skodas are a pretty strong car. The Rally 2 category, there's a lot of cars in it, a lot of teams. It is very competitive. They don't, obviously every team they don't run a full schedule. You basically are picking rallies from the full WRC calendar. So, your year might not start in Monte Carlo. It might start in Sweden or something like that. So, we'll see how he does this year. I think he'll do pretty well. Like I said, the Skoda is a pretty, I'm sorry, I'm playing with a fidget square thing. Like I said, the WRC 2 category is a pretty competitive category. I think he'll do well. The Skoda is a pretty, it's a pretty strong car. It's had some success, so I don't see why he's not like he's going into a junk car, I guess you could say. Do have kind of, in a roundabout way, this is kind of a Chem Block news. The WRC, for the way I read it, and I hope that I haven't checked the ARA. I don't even know if I follow him on social media. I probably should, if I don't already. WRC is retiring the number 43 for how I read it was for this season. So for the 2023 season, no car in the WRC is going to have the number 43. Honestly, for a guy who only ran 25 events and scored a few points, zipping up my thing here, and only scored a few points on those events, for them to retire the 43, even for just a season, is amazing. It is a good gesture. It's a great gesture. And like I said, I really hope that the ARA retires that number for this year, unless it's, the daughter or the wife. If Leah wants to run the 43, I don't see, I would let them use it. That's kind of if they're going to run. I don't know what their news is or what their plans are, but yeah, I would let them use it and nobody else. That's just my opinion. I'm pretty certain I'm not the only one who feels that way. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens pretty soon with that. I was going to talk IMSA schedule. I'm not going to do that. And the IMSA lineup for the Rolex 24. I do have IMSA news. I kind of want to put like certain things together. I might just make a regular video on some of this stuff. Oh, but the WRC season does start in like a couple weeks later on in January here, along with the Nitro Rallycross in, I want to say Canada. Could be wrong. I think it's Canada, but it is a whole snow and ice track, which is pretty cool. They kind of showed they just had up on Instagram a little bit of a preview of the event. That's gonna be pretty freaking entertaining, to say the least. But there was news about Catherine Legg and Sheena Monk. They're going to Gradient Racing for a full season. I believe it's an Acura NSX that they're going to be in. GT3 car. I know they were also in, well, at least Sheena Monk was in a GT4 Mustang last season in the Michelin Pilot Challenge Series. Don't know how that's going to be. I know that their sponsor is going to be, as it was in the GT4 Mustang, that JG Wentworth. They're like a group of lawyers or something. Get your money when you need it, people. If you're not familiar with the commercials, I'm fairly certain you can find them on YouTube. But yeah, they're going to be doing a full season this year, which is pretty cool. That's a good thing. And that car is fairly competitive, so they have a pretty decent shot at at least a win. If they have a good season, hopefully they do. A little bit of other new Andretti. So last show I talked about Andretti joining forces with Wayne Taylor Racing in the IMSA series, the WeatherTech series. They just announced this week, and a couple of weeks ago they had just received funding from some group. I forget the name. It was some weird name. I shouldn't say a weird name, but it was not common name. Received funding from them to build an F1 program. Well, now we know that Andretti and Cadillac are joining forces for their F1 team. So I'm assuming, you'd only have to assume, that Cadillac will be the engine provider. So they're going to develop an engine, develop the powertrain stuff with Andretti. So obviously there's not going to be, I mean, Wayne Taylor Racing runs an Acura, which is also Honda, in the IMSA series. So apparently that manufacturer partnership's not going to go to F1. I don't think Honda even, I mean, I could be wrong about this. I don't really follow F1 all that closely. But I know Honda did make engines. At least at some point. I think they recently just stopped making the engines. So yeah, Andretti Cadillac going to F1 there. That's pretty wild, kind of unexpected. I wouldn't have expected it. There was rumor about Ford maybe slapping some sponsorship onto a team. I forget what team. But apparently they weren't going to do an engine. They weren't going to develop an engine, I guess, but they were just going to sponsor, which, I mean, Ford had engines back in Formula One many, many years ago. So to kind of come back, whether that rumor is true, I don't really have a clue. I'm sure that there's more to it. It does take quite a bit of money to get into F1. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. I wouldn't have expected Cadillac to go in F1. That is definitely kind of an odd one, I guess. Kind of out of nowhere. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what company would have joined with them. I would have assumed, though, that it would have been an American company. I mean, if I'm not sure 100% who Haas uses with theirs, but I mean, American team using an American company makes sense to me. Makes sense to a lot of people, I'm sure. Why not go, full on there? Sorry. Yo, Beatty Man, how's it going? Getting all sorts of notifications here. See, Andretti Cadillac F1, pretty wild. How are you doing? It's going good. How are you? I am okay. I'm saying just okay because I'm airing this in the morning instead of last night like I should have. Excuse me. I woke up this morning, my mouth is like super dry. Do I get many Aussie cars over there? No. I mean, if you want to kind of, it's not an Aussie car, but the Ford Falcon was in the United States for many, many, many years. I kind of wish we did, though. And technically, the Pontiac GTO was the Holden or Vauxhall Monaro, technically. That's one thing I do talk to people that are not from the United States, um, from like Europe and Australia and stuff, and I do kind of tend to ask what they, even the Camaro, I believe, is not actually a Camaro. I'm not a big Camaro fan, but I do tend to ask people who aren't from the United States what they drive, so that just to see if they drive a car from, where they're from. I know, especially in Australia, the huge V8 supercars is I fucking love that shit. That's for sure. Excited about the new cars. The new generation of cars is gonna be fantastic. They look great. I mean, it kind of does suck about the Holden thing. I mean, it's been Ford versus Holden for many, many years now. I know you had Ford ED Falcon. Yeah, we had the Falcon over here for, back in the 60s, I think. 94 Ford ED Falcon. You know what? I'm going to Google that because I want to know what it looks like. I'm always interested, like I said, I'm always interested to see and hear what people who aren't from the United States drive, because Twitch pick. Oh, I'm not on. Oh, that body style. Beautiful. Ah, shit, that's fucking sweet, dude. Yeah, that thing's pretty sweet. Actually, we have like a huge Ford car show. It's in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. They have stuff that comes in from like all over the place. It is like the largest Ford car show in the world. Last year they did set a attendance record for the show, like the amount of cars that were registered in it. I don't recall that number offhand. It was like thousands upon thousands. It is huge, but they always have like special displays. And by 1994, technically somebody could import that that car to the United States. There are some people who have Mondeos. I've seen Escort Cosworths, which we didn't have over here. The RS Escorts, we didn't have those over here. What else? I did see, and I'm decently aged, and I think my dad finally saw me probably for the first time, like really, like kind of like nerd out, I guess, a little bit, because there was a RS 200 car. It was one of the Evolutions, the RS 200 Evolutions, Evo cars, and I forget the person had to play with the stats on it, like how many were made. Obviously, not many made, But goddamn, seeing the RS 200 in person was like, I could have never imagined seeing one. I kind of wish that they would have other rally cars and stuff every year. But the RS 200, like, you know, the Group E era, just to see that in person was just like, yeah, it was amazing, to say the least. It was awesome for sure. I do have, you know what? I have video of it I can pull up. If I can find the damn thing. Oh, that was just a TikTok thing. Let me see if I can find it. I know I have it. Yeah, I took a bunch of pictures. I took video. Obviously, you couldn't get like up close, like very close to it. They, you know, had it roped off because it was in like a special display with like the you know, the crazy cars, I guess you could say. You get close enough. It's not gonna orient correct. Got my Discord beautiful. I gotta keep up with the Discord. I haven't really paid too much of attention to it, which I apologize for. Making posts and stuff. I'm gonna this year. I'm gonna like kind of be a little bit better about things. I do want to grow this because I feel like we're losing a lot of car stuff. Oh yeah, beautiful. That'd be awesome. But yeah, if you're interested in car, I mean, obviously you're interested in car stuff. I've been doing the Untitled Car Show, which you can also find on YouTube, and I'm gonna be doing a lot more things with it. All right, here we go. So this is the video of the RS 200. With the whole light pot on the front. Yeah, the select display. So it's there's like the top notch, like super mint condition cars. When they announced that they were going to have this, there, that was like, I've been going the past few years and stuff, and I gotta tell you, like, when they announced that was going to be there, that was like, I did not care about seeing any other car. Like nothing else really. No other car there mattered. There were hundreds of beautiful cars, but that was like the car. That was the car that I wanted to see. It was pretty amazing. I have a 2017 Focus RS that I got last March. Before that, I had a 2019 Mustang. However, I had a child, and car seats do not work in Mustangs. So I was like, how can I get rid of the Mustang and also still have a decently fast car? So I did have an EcoBoost Mustang, and I know a lot of people shit on it. But it is a Mustang, and it was very fun to drive. I mean, for a four-cylinder, well, the RS actually has more horsepower than the Mustang did, but yeah, I don't know. I felt like everybody's got a GT. What's an EcoBoost? You guys don't have EcoBoosts? EcoBoost is basically, it's the four-cylinder. It's what they call their four-cylinder. They have the V6s, EcoBoost, but it's basically just a style of the engine. It has, turbocharged. That's basically what it is. It's like partly named because of like fuel economy reasons and whatnot, I guess. But that's what they ran. They ran that Ford GT had the V6 EcoBoost. That was like a huge deal. That was twin turbo with like 660 horsepower though. But yeah, honestly, being a huge fan of rallying, to have an RS now, like, I'm super happy. I wanted one back in the day. We never had them over here in the States until I believe it was 2016 was the first year, because they only made them from 2016 to 2018. Yeah. There was, back in the day, they had the turbocharged four-cylinder Mustangs, the SVO Mustangs, which a lot of people don't really recognize it, but that car did kind of did save the Mustang. But yeah, to have an RS now, I'm super stoked, because I've always wanted an RS since they started making the Focus. Like I said, being a huge rally fan, always wanted an RS. Europe had the RS and they never brought it over here. And then when they finally did, I was like, oh, sweet, I want to get one. And it kind of didn't happen for various reasons that I can do. I have pictures of it, obviously. Current pictures of what it currently looks like. Sounds stupid, but I don't have right now. I do have winter wheels and tires on it currently. Let me get a... All right, so this is the last thing I did to it. I apologize. It's pretty dirty. No, that's not. This thing's being a dick, but it is dirty in the photo. Put the blue stripe on there. Let's see here. Yeah, it's super dirty. Let me find a... I'll show you the winter wheels and tires I put on. Look like that. And I have the rally style decals with my name and my daughter's name. I got Sparco wheels. The OZ wheels were expensive. I wanted to go for the OZ wheels. But yeah, like I said, they were They're a bit more money than the Sparkos. Full picture. I know I have. So many pictures here of other cars. I do go to a lot of car shows, so I do post. I'm actually gonna, in Discord, I'm gonna start posting a bunch of photos. You're in the Discord, so you'll see that there's a section there. For car stuff. I do have to post a bunch of stuff from the all right, so this is actually from a couple months after I got the car. The only thing I did to it at this point, I believe, was the exhaust. And I put like rally style mud flaps on. I had my social media stickers on at this time. Yeah, I mean, to be real though, at first I didn't really like that color, which might sound weird, but then it kind of grew on me, and I was like, wow, I kind of really do like this color. That picture though I took that at actually at Carlisle. It isn't really, it's super dirty right now because we had snow and rain and the roads have been really shitty. But it is in good condition. It has a few blemishes and stuff I gotta take care of. There's a bit of surface rust on the bottom. At some point I would like to kind of clean it up and get it clean up the bottom. Not bad though. I don't have an issue because I keep my car clean. That was I do have a video of, if I can find the damn thing. Whatchamacallit? I do have I have a video of me driving with the exhaust. So currently I have a downpipe, intake downpipe, and exhaust. It is super loud. A lot of people do not enjoy the loudness of it, but I do. Just because it is super loud. I will like I said, some people do have issues with rust, but like I said, man, as long as you keep your car clean, it shouldn't. It typically, I have never had an issue with rust or anything. I do detailing, so my car is typically, like I said, other than right now because it has been raining, so it's kind of pointless to do it. But between rain and we did have one snowstorm that had a ton of salt on the roads, because there was also ice involved. I do, like I said, I do detailing and stuff. Yeah, I don't really have too much of an issue with rust, especially with the RS. There actually is part part of the bottom is covered. It has like a, I wouldn't really call it like a skid plate, but it does kind of have like a thing on the bottom. There is stuff I do want to get up underneath there. I'd have to put it up on a lift, get up underneath, clean up the bottom, and kind of spray like a protectant on it. They do make stuff for that. Like they make like a ceramic. So I kind of want to do that at some point. I plan on keeping this car for a long time. Since I've always wanted one, I finally got one. I love it. I will say the snowstorm that we had on the way home from work, I did have a little bit of fun. I put it in, I don't know how familiar you are with those, but I put it in drift mode, and that was a little bit of fun. For sure. So this video I'm going to show, it doesn't really, you can kind of tell, but it is super loud. I do get picked on for it, but I want it to be like a freaking rally car. Me personally, it's black. My Mustang was black. Looks fucking great for about 15 minutes, and then they're dirty, even just sitting there. Pollen and stuff get all over them, and it's like, oh, it was cool while it lasted. Black, you see a lot. I think that was a little bit of a pop. I do need to make a better video. I put the camera under the wing, like, it's on the back window, but it kind of pointed out towards the wing. White is another color. It's another one where you do see a lot of dirt on it. Especially you get it kind of coming out of like the if there's like trim pieces, you get like a black, like a kind of like stuff like runs out. But I mean, you can get them to look super good, black and white. Like I said, you can get them to look really good. I wouldn't say, I mean, they are kind of hard because it does show a lot. Me personally, black and white, because they're good once you finish. Like, you can get it to look good and everything, but once you finish, it's like, oh man, damn, this looks good. And then you drive 10 feet and you're like, fuck, all that work. And it looks like shit again. Especially if you have bugs. If you have a lot of bugs, those things that slap in the front, oh god, it sucks. That's one problem I always have, and I'm like, because I live far away from where that Ford show is, and like I said, I showed you the picture. My car was, I had to register my car for the show. I'm also registered again this coming year. They, like, it sucks. It just sucks. By the time I get to anywhere that I'm going, I can leave. The car is perfect. And then by the time I get to where I'm going, there's freaking bugs slapped all over the front. And it fucking sucks. It just sucks. Yeah, watermarks. Watermarks suck. You don't have like there's not like an acid rain problem, is there? I detail somebody's car and truck, and they I don't want to say they live near, they don't live like near a cement factory or like quarry, but it is kind of like generally kind of in the same general area. And then they get like the lime, like this, like there's like a lime problem. And they get like acid rain, like water spots, and it's bad. So you have to like, you can take care of that stuff. I mean, one of the ways to do it, there's like it sounds bad, but it's really not all that bad. It's like an acid wash. And when you do it, you basically, I mean, I would personally do it with like 2 people, because you basically spray this stuff on, scrub the car real quick and then take it off right away, because you do not want to leave it on for any longer length of time than just a couple minutes, because it'll eat through the paint. It'll get through all the wax, through all the paint, the clear coat. I have seen somebody mess up a chrome. It's like that, not like, real chrome, but 4 ads. Why the hell is it playing 4 ads? They really play 4 ads? It sucks. I wish I could. I try to pull up the stream like off, like to the side, so I can see like what everything looks like. I know the camera sucks, which might be changing pretty soon. I might be getting a different camera. I'm gonna see. I know I'm gonna try the GoPro as a webcam thing, which is possible to do. I'm gonna see how that works and how that looks, and then if that doesn't work, I'm gonna have to get a better camera. I know a lot of people use DSLR cameras as a webcam, so it's gonna be one of those 2 options is gonna be going on. So, and then I'm also gonna be doing like a little bit of a more aesthetic change in the back. The Hot Wheels wall gonna stay. I still have actually a couple more to put up. But I gotta get the car stuff behind me a little bit more organized and a little bit better looking. I hear rustling. All right, I think my daughter is awake. But yeah, there's gonna be some changes going on. I'm gonna be making the show better than what it has been. Sony A6000. All right, I'll look into that. So like I said, I gotta get it. I want to get things looking better. I mean, I can't do anything about this, but aesthetically, behind me and camera wise, I can get things to look better. Trying to listen to see if I think my daughter is awake. It's weird she's sleeping in today. She's usually awake early. God, I keep playing with this fucking... I have this, like, infinity square thing. I keep playing with it. I'll have to look into that. Like I said, I will more than likely, because I have a GoPro 9 and a GoPro 10. The 9, I think, is what I'm going to try. I'm just going to try it and see what it looks like. If it's like blurry and looks like shit, I'm just going to go with a different camera. I do kind of need a ring light. The camera I have one of those Razer cameras. It has the ring light on it. It kind of helps a bit. The lighting in this room kind of does suck. But I do only have one light bulb in the... There's like a fan above me. I have one light bulb on because if I have all three on, it's ultra bright and it's glary and all kinds of shit. Yeah, a lot of people do like the Hot Wheels wall. I kind of did. I wanted to do that. I just got like the 3M little like strips for like posters. I just hung them up. You can't really see the top. I should have angled the camera a little bit different, but I do have there is a bunch of other ones. I have a couple. I just picked up a couple actually yesterday. I just put a McLaren F1 GTR. No. Yeah, McLaren F1. The actual car, not the F1 car. I already had a Sierra Cosworth, but I got one yesterday because it's a different paint scheme. I don't know how well that's going to show up. Glare. Blah, blah. I got 2 NASCAR test cars from last season. I don't know why they're suddenly on the shelves. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I actually got the Ford one that Ford used when they showed it off. See, now with a better camera, I'm pretty certain that they could come up. And I got the Stewart Haas one. They had Stewart Haas racing. I don't know how much you know about NASCAR. It is not the greatest series. It's a bit boring, to be honest. I will watch it. But the oldest one, I think a lot of them on the bottom row, I've had the longest. Most of them are new cars. Actually, the oldest one I bought from the car show last year. I don't know if the camera is not high enough, but it's an Escort rally car. That's the oldest one I have. I found it last year at the car show. I was super pumped about it. I do have somewhere around here. Oh, they're not. I have them away somewhere. I do have a couple Focus rally cars. But by far, that Escort rally car is the oldest one. I should probably take a couple pictures or video or something of the Hot Wheels and post it. I thought about doing that a couple times, and I just never do it. Maybe after I get it looking different and more organized and whatnot. I'll do a video of what I have on the wall. I also picked up, obviously I'm a Ford fan. I don't want to say like Ford is my favorite car company, but I'm not just strictly like fuck everything else. I enjoy cars. I enjoy racing as a whole. I did buy a Ford sign which I'm going to have to, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I didn't really think that far ahead. I just purchased. And then have this Mustang one. Also, $36, $36, $37. So we're like the same age. Yeah, honest, there's a lot of stuff that I wish now that I did not open and mess around with and get rid of or lose from childhood. There is a lot of stuff. I had like the original Ninja Turtles action figures, some of the old G.I. Joe thing. I didn't have the aircraft carrier. I know the aircraft carrier for G.I. Joe was like the big thing. I never had that. My brother had the original Transformers, the original Optimus Prime that was made out of freaking metal, and the tires were actually rubber. He had that. I, as a little child, kind of messed that up and beat it up and stuff, which is very regrettable. I had a lot of the Beast Wars toys too, from Transformers, which now there's going to be a movie coming out for freaking Beast Wars. Power Rangers. I was huge in Power Rangers. Yeah, really. That'd be pretty sweet. I definitely save a lot of this stuff. Yeah, you guys don't get the NASCAR ones. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't get any of the actually to my right, and I don't know if I should move it or whatever. I do have a poster from a few years ago, the first year that the Mustang won the V8 Supercar series, and Scott McLaughlin had the sign that said Mustang wins title and stuff. He got fined for that, and they printed a bunch of them. And I bought me and my one buddy a sign. So that had to come from Australia. So that took a little bit of time to get here. But yeah, there's a lot of shit. I mean, we don't get any of the WRC cars, like the diecast, any of the V8 Supercar diecast. Like, I have to go online and find them. But yeah, I don't even remember how I saw that they were gonna they printed like a certain number. I think it went to like charity or something. When I saw they were gonna print a bunch, I was like, yo, I have to get that. Like, I have to. I did pay attention. I paid more attention that year. I do like the V8 Supercar series, and that's the thing. Like, over here, you can't get, like, they don't just air that on TV. Like, we have to order, like, we have to join special like streaming services and stuff like that to get a lot of this stuff. I try to follow a lot of the series that I can. There's some YouTube channels out there actually that do show a lot, like GT World. There's a couple other ones that air a lot of stuff. I know Motor Trend, they do a lot of stuff. Let's see, I know I have them followed. Yeah, I have like GT World, they're a big one. That do air a lot of different stuff. There's a couple others. I don't know why I can't find them or anything, but yeah, there's like a bunch. I mean, there's definitely ways to Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you would think with the internet and everything else that, I mean, if you get a VPN or whatever, um, you can change your region and stuff like that, and then you can watch all the shows. But yeah, it sucks. I mean, there's races. I mean, even that get blocked out. You can't see at all in the U.S., which to me is I don't understand it. I don't know why things are like that. Like if I want to watch a race, like I want to be able to watch it. Like if it's going on, I want to be able to watch it. We actually in a couple WWF. Oh my god, WWF, UFC. That's weird too because WWF, even UFC and UFC, they're both like kind of global companies. They kind of do have outreach like in other countries. It's weird. Yeah, I know we have like the UFC Fight Pass. I know you gotta pay for that stuff. I forget, WWE just went on to a different. They had their own. I'm not sure if they still have their own like WWE Network thing, but I know they're on something else now too that you can watch it. It's odd. It's just a lot of, I don't know. A lot of it is just stupid to me why they would like block things out of different countries and whatnot. Especially racing. I just want to watch racing, man. Like, actually, in a couple weeks, yeah, like I said earlier in the show, this is why I like doing it live because then you talk to people. With the WRC season starting in Monte Carlo, a couple weeks, the Nitro Rallycross race in a couple weeks, and the Rolex 24 next month, early next month, later on this month. I forget the date. But Rolex 24 is going to be very interesting with the new class, the GTP class. That's going to be fantastic. Can't wait for that. But anyway, I should end it here. I have to pee, and I believe my daughter's waking up. I can hear rustling around. So, yeah, that was the show for this week. I do this every week. It's typically on a Saturday night. I'm trying to figure out yeah, man, thanks for stopping by. I mean, if you want to, I don't know if you followed or not, but if you want to drop a follow, go ahead. You don't have to, like I said. It's nothing is ever necessary. Yeah, for sure. I can't wait for that. I'm gonna post different pictures and stuff from different car shows and things that I went to throughout the year. This year, there's gonna be. You've been following me for 5 months? When the hell did that happen? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I apologize. I don't remember. But I think it is kind of starting coming back to me. I think we have talked before. The Falcon, yeah. You know what? I think we have talked before. God damn. I feel stupid. I kind of thought so. I see that's the thing. Like I should say something. You have been here before, but I don't know why it says first time chat. You know what? I think what threw me off was the first time chat thing. And I don't think I kind of did recognize it. I should have said something before. I should have asked before, really. But yeah, I kind of got thrown off by that. Yeah, I feel stupid. I apologize, man. Yeah, for sure. And even with the Falcon, when you said something about having a Falcon, I was like, I thought somebody had a Falcon before in here. But yeah, I'm stupid sometimes. It happens, I guess. I apologize. But thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. And thank you for the follow. I don't know why Twitch was like, hey, first time chatter. If you have been in here before, that's kind of stupid. But yeah, dude, post away in the Discord pictures and stuff. I always like to see shit like that. And I'll be posting pictures and stuff from different shows from 2022. And shows I go to in 2023, I'll be posting a bunch of stuff from whether it be on Instagram, Discord. I'm going to try, and it's probably only going to be with my phone, but I'm going to try to live stream from a show. I've never done it before. I've never streamed from my phone. So we'll see how it works, because I know doing like a IRL setup for streaming and stuff is like, can be pretty expensive. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm going to try it, see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. I'm going to be making the show's going to be better this year. I'm going to be making it, as good as I can. Like I said, there's going to be aesthetic changes behind me. Probably a different camera, things like that. I just kind of want to clean things up and reset things up and kind of kick this off. I want this year to be better. So I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for the chat. I can't wait to see the pictures of the Falcon. It's going to be freaking awesome. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I will catch you all next week. Keep an eye out during the week on different social channels. I do have to put my Hive. I don't know if everybody knows what Hive is, but it's like a newer social media thing, kind of when Twitter started catching fire and taking a shit. They kind of came up. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out a steadier thing for the show, time wise, day wise, things like that. YouTube content will be, I'm going to try to do more YouTube stuff throughout the year, more stuff, kind of videos and whatnot. I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm trying to organize things and have a decent schedule. But I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate talking. Like I said, can't wait to see pictures of the Falcon. But yeah, stay tuned. The show's going to be better. I'm going to be getting into things a bit more car-wise and whatnot. So I appreciate it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I hope you have a great weekend, or had a great weekend. Hope you enjoy the rest of it. And we'll catch you all next week. Have a good one. Sacrificing our lives, it goes a distance.
take me to Funky Town.